Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tirra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. And I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess-centered lifestyle. Today is the summer solstice, and we're going to celebrate. We're going to have a good time. I hope that I have y'all on the right link. I forgot that I have 2 listings. Hope you join me here. Let's do this, goddesses. Goddesses, how y'all doing? Happy summer solstice. Happy Cancerian season. We're gonna have us a good time today, goddesses. Y'all know how we do it. We have a good time over here. We spiritual and we sexy. All right. Spiritual and sexy, baby. Come on, let's do this. All right, queens. That's just how we started. If you're new here, welcome. This is Tirra Omilade, your goddess guru, your sister friend. Baby, we make spirituality fun. We make it sexy. We make it practical, baby. We make it real. Because guess what? We're in this space-time continuum. And, we don't have time for spirituality to be anything other than what humans do. Okay, let me just make sure I'm good. Okay. How is everybody out there? And happy summer solstice. It's so interesting. I was so confused. I thought today was the 20th. I'm just in some type of what do you call that? Groundhog's Day. And so I was like, okay. So we're getting this done the day before the solstice. No, baby, today is the solstice. But I woke up wanting to put on my pink. And what is pink? It's Cancerian. It was just like, I was like, I just want to put on pink. And I want to show y'all something before I say good morning. Good morning, hashtag replay queens. I don't like it when I wait to the last minute. How are you? Hashtag replay queens. But those of you who are here live, hold on one second. I want to show y'all something. I bought I buy a Juneteenth t-shirt every year from, I think it's called Power in Black. And then I so badly want to put this shirt on today, but I was like, nah, I'm going to be good. I match energy. So how you gonna act today? You can't tell me that's actually not Cancerian, okay? But I decided I'm gonna be well behaved, just for a moment, not for long. I'm not gonna stay well behaved for long, okay? Well behaved women, there's a time for it. But sometimes you just gotta be wild. I would say most of the time we want to be wild, okay? Because that's how we do it here in Goddess Body Mind Spirit community, the G Hive. People say, what is that? What does that mean? We're the goddess hive, baby. We just all here working together, creating the honey, the spice of life, allowing our inner honey to flow. That's what we do here at Goddess Body Mind Spirit Community. Okay. So yeah, we can be well behaved when we want to, and we can be wild too. Hi, Ocean Kimmy. How are you, Queen? Zelica, beautiful morning to you, Queen. Wealth rising to the goddess Kita May. And Felicia is here. How are you, Queen? That's right. Ocean Kimmy, you see I got on our Zumba attire. Not a Zumba instructor anymore, but hello, Johnny J. How are you, Queen? Yeah, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I had to. Hello, Queen Larissa. Okay, if today is the first day of Cancer season, then I want to just say happy birthday to you. I think today is your birthday. Maybe yesterday was your birthday. Happy birthday, Queen Larissa. Happy summer solstice. When you watch the replay, you're going to be able to see that. Jasmine in the house, working but listening. How are you, Queen? Ah, thank you, Felicia. Yes, if y'all would go on ahead and hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you. It's actually working. I'm noticing my like more people are finding the channel, and YouTube is kind of liking me better. Happy summer solstice. Yes, 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 yes. Right here. What are you drinking? This morning I have el agua. Make sure you bring in your cup of sippy sip. Beautiful. Ah. Yes, happy birthday. Solar return to Larissa. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. I totally forgot about that. That's right. She and her mom have the same birthday. Yeah, she is definitely, Larissa has a nice little transit there. I'm not going to talk about other folks' business, but I like the way her sun and moon are just like right there together. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. Woo. Okay. Nice. So what we're gonna do, dear sisters, this morning is we're gonna have us a summer solstice circle. It hit me this morning. I'm like, what? How? I mean, just aligned am are we that we have this circle today? I didn't even plan it this way. I just said I'm going live on my usual Friday. I mean on Wednesday. And so here we are. So Felicia, you lit the candle yet? I'm gonna light a candle for us all. If you want to, you can light a candle. It's the summer solstice, so we got to bring in this fire. All right. I think I sent some of y'all to the wrong link, but I'm glad some of y'all found me. So yeah. Okay, here we go. Anytime y'all see that I have set the time for PM, just know it's AM. If you see it on the notification, the early notification thing. So here we have our candle lit, bringing in the energy of fire even more. Super excited about that. And yeah, so what we're gonna do, actually, I'm gonna put on my Yemajai like that. Okay. So again, happy birthday, happy new year to all of the Cancerians. Happy birthday, happy new year to all the Cancerians. I want to tell y'all something else. If you're inside of my Inspired Goddess community, you saw I made a post this morning. And typically, I don't even share those kinds of pictures. I don't share those kind of pictures of my EFI implements. But I just felt led to do that this morning. Yeah, my job was like, girl, do what you want to do. And I was talking about every, well, for sure, every summer solstice. It might be other equinoxes and solstices that I do this. Because what I want y'all to know is the solstice is a time for, it's a new beginnings time. Like today, if I were you, I would set some intentions or go back and revisit your new moon intentions, your New Year's intentions, because it's the energy of initiation. It's the energy of starting something. And so every, for sure, Cancerian season, I take time to connect with, when I initiated as a priestess in EFI, you get this thing called a pot. And so I take time to clean my pot, to clean my altar, and just give myself a whole fresh new start. And it didn't even dawn on me. Today is my Orisha birthday. I was birthed as a priestess of Yemonja at the solstice. I was like, wow. So 9 years, 9 years, you all, since I completed that particular initiation. And yeah, so 9 years. I'm really excited. Thank y'all for being here and celebrating with me. And that's why I'm putting on my Yemanja Ileke. If you don't know, we have, when we initiate into E5, we get these, looks like a beaded necklace, right? It's called an Ileke. And so the Eleke represents that particular Orisha's energy. That's what the deities are called in the Ifa tradition. Um, they're called Orisha. It stands for seat of consciousness, and they are forces of nature. So this one is the mother, and she has to do with really all the water of the earth, but a lot of times she's connected to the ocean. Okay. And oh, and so when we put our elekes on, you touch it to your third eye, like that, facing the east. So I'm wearing my eleke to represent, or to just honor this birthday that I am celebrating as a priestess and being initiated into this energy. So thank y'all for being here and sharing this special occasion with me. One of the things about being initiated into a tradition that's not well known is nobody really cares. No one knows how special these kinds of days are, so we have to kind of do our own thing. I have on a tank top underneath, so I'm starting to get hot. It's the summertime, baby. Of course, I'm getting hot. Come on, heat. I love it. I love it. So, thank y'all for celebrating. One day, I'm going to do something big. The ladies, all of us here, we've been talking about having a retreat. So maybe I'll do a Risha retreat, a Risha celebration retreat for this. Thank you, sisters, for lighting your candles, bringing in the fire. Good morning, Sharon. Welcome, welcome. She's on Facebook. Glad you are here. Yes, 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 yes. Ah, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I'm so blessed to. Oh, you got yours in Cancer season too. It's been a year. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Ocean Kimmy is one of the rare, rare few people who received her Elekes through me and my lineage, me and Awo. So, yeah. Uh, happy, we'll just say Eleke. No, we'll call you Abarisha. Happy Abarisha birthday to you. Thank you, thank you. Yes, say hello to Sharon. Sharon, let me show you something. If you want to come on over here, which I don't mind you staying there on Facebook, but I can give you the link to um copy, paste. Okay. Hello, Priestess Ellen. How are you? Okay, so what I want to share with you all just really quickly before we get started. Yeah, so if you want to come over here, Sharon, and be on the live stream with everybody, you can, but feel free to stay on Facebook. Feel free to stay on Facebook. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. So this is a little bit off brand, sort of not. But I just want to give you all the opportunity to join me if you want um, to come. Copy. If you want to come to a dance class that I'm teaching in a virtual studio, you are more than welcome to join. There's a replay that you will get also. But Afro rhythmics is something I created because I was like, I know so many dance styles. And sometimes when you do things like folkloric dance, people can be so puritist and they want you just to do things in a certain way. Also, in the African dance community, people are highly possessive and highly critical. It's like war sometimes. You can have a great community, or you could also feel like you're at war in the African dance community. If you break with the ranks, it may not turn out so well for you. And I'm one of the ones who breaks from the ranks from just about anything that I do. And it's not that I'm really breaking from the ranks just to do it. It's just I gotta be true to myself. And as an African American, happy Juneteenth to everybody. As an African American, especially from the South USA, I'm gumbo baby. Okay. Also, I am a Pisces. Pisces, baby, we just flow, and we don't really have a whole bunch of rules and boundaries about how things can be done. And so I just began to realize that I could take dances and bring them together, different moves from different dances and bring them together in one dance. And I call it Afro rhythmics. And so Orit, who is the creator of the Sharkey brand, invited me to come in and teach my style of dance. So I hope that y'all join me. All of you can join because it's virtual. Who knows when I'm going to do this again? So I hope y'all avail yourselves to it. I would love, love, love that. So let's just take a moment to just bring ourselves together. And I want us to set an intention for this circle. And I want us to set an intention for the summer solstice. We have, or the summer solstice leading into the summer. I want us to see this as a 90-day sprint that we can take. Okay. What do you want to focus on for the next 90 days? I want you to set a healing intention. What what do you want to heal? What's one thing where you're like, I really would love to create some healing inside of myself? Maybe it's a wound, maybe it's around a relationship, maybe it's something on the inside of you that if you can just work on healing the inner part of you, something on the outside of you will manifest that is more aligned with what you desire. Okay. So set one healing intention for the new moon, and excuse me, for the summer solstice, the summer season. We're setting this at the solstice. I want you to write that down. What are you going to heal? Because, cancer is the sign of healing. Okay. What is one thing that you will manifest during this season? Now, I want y'all to understand something. This summer is full of retrograde energy. It is full of retrograde energy. So I don't even want you to think about what is it that you want to manifest in terms of something new. I want you to think about perhaps something you've been cooking on, working on, and by the end of this summer, you'll have it completed. So that's what I want y'all to be thinking about. Okay. It could be for health and well being in your body, mind, spirit, emotions. It could be something physical, monetarily, that you want to go on ahead and manifest fully or make progress on. Some of us will be looking at making progress, and so, what kind of progress do you want to make by the end of this 90 days? Some of us want to manifest something around relationships, or mm, business, maybe home and family, self care. There's a lot that we have that we can work with. Okay. So, one thing, you can write more later, but just for now, one thing. And how can you open yourself up more to your intuition? In what ways can you better listen to your intuition? For those who don't listen to your intuition, that would be maybe you're going to pull an oracle card and see how things manifest during that day. Connecting the oracle card to your intent and intuition. So you have to pull the card and then you go look out in the world and see how is that energy speaking to you from that reading. For those who are more intuitive, how can you take it deeper? How can you be more connected to your intuition? Because Cancer is an intuitive sign. It's that mother wit. It's like trusting your gut. So, how can you commit? What can you do to commit to trusting your gut even more? And so, something that might look like would be if you know that you're working to manifest, you want to finish the project that you've been working on around your house. And so, but you feel like you're extremely busy and you're not quite certain, of all the time. But you'll trust your gut. You'll say, "Okay, I know that, you know, my intuition is going to show me the way to figure out the best way to get this done." And the moments throughout each week that are the best for taking care of this. I'm just going to trust my gut on this. And and you just say, "Okay, universe, mothers, guides, ancestors, um, help me to um, help me to see the path forward in this. Lead, guide, direct me, show me." This is how we this is how we work with the goddess centered lifestyle. This is what it means to be living a divine in a divine feminine way. We need the logic. That is a good thing. We are just too dependent on the mental. And when I say mental, because I believe in mindfulness, mindfulness really helps us to actually, like, it's the practice that will help us to get in touch with what's going on in the inner world. It's like we need to learn how to merge the two. But it's just too much of this linear thinking, and with logic, it's like if it's got to be tangible, that kind of thing. So we lean too much on that. So we want to use this Cancerian season to lean more into our feminine energy and our intuition. Last little bit, how will you honor your ancestors? I know a lot of times we see Halloween is that time or around that time, Scorpio season. But Cancer is one of the signs that's related to the ancestors. And I just want to encourage you to go out and maybe read about your ancestors. If there's been genealogy already done, study that. Just study history because Cancer season is about history. So, what in history do you want to focus on? All right. Have I given y'all enough? Have I given y'all enough? Yes, we flow. We flow. Yeah, and when we flow, it's just like something just comes in us and it informs us. It's that spirit comes in and informs us and lets us know what to do. Yes, 90-day cycles. Okay, so let us all just take a deep breath in. A long, slow, deep breath out. Maybe taking one hand and placing it on your heart and one hand and placing it on your womb space, connecting your heart and your womb. And just allowing yourself to be present to the energy that is here in the summer solstice. And if you're watching this, which I don't know if I have people from down under, the winter solstice for you. Just taking some deep breaths in, focusing on your breath, becoming more and more aware of your breath. And I want you to see a golden white thread coming out from your heart as you sit and imagine that we are all in a circle. Those who are here live, who are here on the replay. And we're going to stitch our hearts together, connecting ourselves for this next 90 days. When days feel long and hard, we will remember that we are connected in our sisterhood, connected in our hearts. You are not alone. We are connected together as we see the ancient mothers and the ancestral mothers, the entire pantheon of goddesses surrounding us, just being held by the great mother herself, knowing that this powerful wisdom that resides in the womb of the mother, the womb of Mama Earth, the womb of every woman here on the face of this planet, is imbued with deep, profound wisdom. When we want to know where our intuition comes from, it is connected to this deep, profound wisdom embedded in your womb. And it is this wisdom that will lead you, that will guide you, that will direct you on your path through this summer season. Just calling in the energy of care and calling in the energy of nurturance, of Cancer, of love, care, compassion. Deep, deep nurturance. That's what I'm hearing. We all need to nurture ourselves. And know that we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. That when you don't feel supported, know that your ancestors are holding you on their shoulders. And it is, for those who get nervous, which ancestors? It's the ancestors of light. Some of them are recent and some of them are ancient, but you stand on their shoulders. They have you. And that this Cancerian season is a season to be held, to slow down, even though it feels right now we might feel like we're a little bit on the go. Eventually, we're going to feel like we need to slow down, take some deep breaths, and just be okay with that. Knowing that when you take care of yourself, when you slow down, when you nurture yourself, abundance flows from that. This is the goddess way. And I just want you to see your intentions. Imagine that they're all written down on this inner notebook that you have. Just doesn't even matter how the words got there. You just see the notebook and the words are there. You might not even be able to read them clearly, but you can sense that they're there if you can't see the words. And I just want you to hold that energy right now in this beautiful, beautiful energy of Cancer, the solstice, community, and our guides and ancestors. And I want you to see that notebook turning gold. It's getting more and more golden, and you can just feel it being imbued with abundance and good fortune. And I want you to just feel that energy also running through you, this energy of abundance and opulence. Doesn't matter where it's coming from. This is the longest day of the year for those of us in the northern hemisphere. Maybe it's coming from the sun, but as you see your intentions imbued and all golden and bright and shiny, I want you to make a sound as it rises, rises, rises. Once it peaks, lock it in just like that. And then open your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Locking it in, bringing yourself back into this now moment. Ashe. Oh, okay. I think what I want to do now is, first of all, I'm going to turn on a little bit of music just to kind of get us back here. And you can let me know, did anything come to you during that time? But I want to sit down. Hey, goddesses. Ashe, oh, yes. Ashe, oh. Yes, that's a new beat. I like when I come into the circle for it to be, kind of pumped up, but then I like the ones that's a little bit more mellow also. Okay, let's look at see what is today's astrology looking like. Let's look at the astrology of today, and then we're gonna do a reading, a solstice reading. Okay, this is very, very interesting. Okay, so the sun actually may not be. Let me see here. Okay, so we have it's going to be 10:57 a.m. Okay, so we have about another hour or so before the sun is officially in Cancer. So I'm going to show y'all where the proof is. Is right here. The sun enters into Cancer on the 21st at 10:57 a.m. So I feel vindicated because I sent out a message today thinking I don't think it's the solstice yet. I think it's tomorrow, but I was right. It's still Gemini season. Gemini's like at 10:57 a.m. Then Cancerians, you get to go on ahead and take over. But for right now, it's still Gemini season. Boo boo. Okay, quit playing. Anywho, yes, okay, but still, let's look and see. Let's go on ahead and just create this chart. That way, let's see here. I want it to be 10:57. So in about an hour. Why am I doing this? Let's just do New York. New York. Yo, 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 baby. New York. Okay. So let's see what energy we're working with from the astrological perspective. This thing is messing with my emotions. But we're just going to act like, hold on one second. Yeah, we're going to act like the sun is in Cancer. Okay. So the sun being in Cancer, definitely kicking off a season of new beginnings. So in the goddess centered lifestyle, we're all about cycles, and it's just really important to um, pay attention to the cycles that we're in. That way, you can work with the cycle and not just be planning willy nilly. Man, it's painful to me some days to see people making plans, and I know the astrology, but it's like you just gotta let people do what they, I'm not here to be controlling folks. Everybody's not going to be into astrology, but I find that it works like a charm personally. Okay. So you have Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. That's your 90-day sprint. I know a lot of times we look at 90 days in business, we're going to look at it from, you know, day one of 1 month, and then we go three months out from that. But you can also use 90 days starting with Cancer. OMG, this is amazing because it's the energy of initiation, it's the energy of new beginnings. Okay. And so definitely be thinking about some things that you want to do in terms of fresh new starts. If you need a fresh new start, even if it's a fresh restart, because yeah, if we go back to something that we've talked about already, Queens, um, let's see here. We have Saturn went retrograde on Saturday, which Saturn retrograde is actually kind of a good thing. So Saturn went retrograde on Saturday. The reason Saturn retrograde is a good thing is because retrograde energy matches Saturn. And because Saturn is slow, it's methodical, it wants to follow a plan. And so when it retrogrades, its energy is actually a little bit more benevolent because it's looked at as a malevolent planet. But it works better when it's retrograde. Okay. And it's not too bad in Pisces. Yeah. Yeah, it's not it's Saturn is sort of good in Pisces. So I love that, but it is retrograde. Okay. It is in retrograde. We already have Pluto retrograde. And then you remember I talked about Neptune is going retrograde. So the energy just starts slowing down. When we get to the top of the July, we'll start feeling the energy slow down even more. I did a lot of readings here recently on the Venus retrograde, and she starts slowing down in July. And so then we see Venus goes retrograde a month from almost a month from today. So it's this energy of slowing down. That's why I was guided to say to you all that, this is it's an important time for us to realize we might need to take a little bit of a break. I know I am. I said I'm just not going to push myself. And then Mercury retrogrades in August on the 23rd. And it's just slower and slower and slower and slower. Uranus retrograde on the 28th of August. Okay. And so, Jupiter retrograde in September. Things will start feeling a little bit more direct once we get to September the 15th, because Venus and Mercury, they make such a big impact on us in terms of our day to day life. But still, there's just gonna be this energy of, I just wanna review, I don't wanna move too fast, I wanna take my time, and so, yeah, that's something to take in consideration as you think about this new beginning of Cancer, all right? So that's something to consider. It again, I touched on everything in the opening meditation and, this mental ritual that we did around um, like taking care of the family and tapping into your intuition and connecting with the ancestors. These are all things that Cancer brings up. Leo is about your creative energy. It's a very important sign right now because we have Mars is there and has been there for a little while. Oh, Mars is conjunct Lilith. Woo! Okay, I'm glad I'm looking at this today. This is why I do this, y'all, because I don't go in depth like this just on my own. Um, okay, let me pause. So we have Mars there. We have Lilith. Lilith is an asteroid, and she's about empowerment. Yeah, she's about empowerment. Venus is there. The moon is just making her way there. She's going to be there just for a couple of days. Eventually, the sun is going to get there, even though, Mars is going to move on out. But that's where Venus is retrograding. Venus is retrograding in Leo. So that energy is going to be ultra highlighted during this 90-day sprint, also. So it's about shining and being in your own unique energy. Let's see here. What else do I want to tell y'all about Leo? Yeah, being motivated. Oh, it's an energy of leadership. And so it's about standing in your power. So we have the energy of, royalty essentially with this energy of empowerment there. And then Venus is there, which is all about women. Lilith is feminine also. Like it's kind of cool actually to see the moon, Venus, and Lilith there on the day of the solstice. That's cool. That's because when the sun moves into Cancer in about an hour, that's going to be bringing in even more feminine energy. And then we got all this feminine energy over here in Taurus. And then we have Saturn and Neptune over here in Pisces. And we have Pluto in, wow. And we have Pluto in Capricorn. So it's a lot of feminine energy happening either through the sign or feminine planets are all together. And so I just see this as a summer that could be extremely feminine, or we can maybe operate from our feminine power during this time. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for you operating from your feminine power? And Ocean Kimmy says, exactly. I feel like I should be slowing down right now. I've been gentle and kind with myself, just chilling. I love that. I love that. Beautiful Ocean Kimmy. That is sometimes we're gonna be go, 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 go. It's gonna feel so good. But when it is time to slow down, we want to have the value of slowing down, you know, smelling the flowers, doing nothing, or doing things that are just enjoyable. So I do think this is a summer to do things that you really enjoy. So make sure you put that as something that you want to focus on. So yeah, this is really imprinting feminine empowerment and leadership and like expressing ourselves creatively in our own unique way. And we'll even feel the need all summer. It's like, I just feel like I need to be myself. I just feel like I need to go on ahead and do this art that I want to do. And it's not necessarily, I don't all the time want us to think we have to monetize everything. Sometimes we do art just for the sake of art, right? But some of us will be like, no, I'm ready to monetize my gifts and my talents in some kind of way. And you'll start feeling more confidence about that. That's something else that Leo is about, confidence. So once we get into Leo, you know, it's not going to be a real fast time. I just want to be honest with y'all. But it can be a time where it's kind of like we just sit and allow ourselves to be imbued with whatever this is, the motivation, the confidence, the creativity, manifest whatever it is that we want to manifest. And then we get over here to Virgo. This will be the last season of this particular 90-day sprint. And so it's kind of like when we get to Virgo, especially, once we get deeper into Virgo and Mercury and Venus are no longer retrograde, we will be like, okay, it's time. I'm ready to get my list of things to do. And then what's going to happen is we're going to go over into Libra season, which is a new season. So Virgo is going to give us a chance to like map it out. We actually may start getting started on some of the stuff because Virgo is a let me do it, let me get things done type of energy. But at the very least, it will be the kind of energy that's like, okay, I want to get organized. And then Libra will come and we'll feel like we want to take off in Libra season. So you can see how the cycles work. Okay. You can see how the cycles work. So yeah, that's the energy that I see. Okay, wait a minute. So at some point, this energy over here in Pisces is going to become very prominent. So I also think Cancer season is going to be a time where, we talked about heightening our intuition. It'll be a time where our intuition gets heightened. Um, I think that it could be a beautiful time for us to work on self-care with this Taurus energy. It's going to be highlighted because of this Cancerian energy during the Cancer season. So it'll help us to, continue to focus on self-care and like, how is our digestion and how is it helping our bodies? All right. So I do think this will be a self-care summer. I really do. I think this will be a self-care summer for all of us. And wow. Also, I see Jupiter and Saturn. They are interacting right now in a very positive and good way. So I think that whatever intentions we set for at this summer solstice, which I just encourage you to go back to your um, New Year's goals and intentions. Maybe the equinox, you set some intentions at the equinox, and maybe you set some intentions at this last new moon. I think that we have the potential to manifest these in a beautiful, beautiful way. We do need to trust our intuition, and we need to open ourselves up to miracles happening and divine guidance. But just looking at this summer solstice chart, man, this is nice. This is very, very nice. Okay. Yes, self-care summer. That's what I'm calling it. Self-care summer. This is a for real self-care summer. Some summers are not self-care. Summer. But definitely, this is a self-care summer. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to share? Okay, so let me do a reading for everybody, for our community. I'm going to start off with the African Goddess Rising deck. Now, I love this deck. It's intuitive and it's ancestral, just like Cancer. I love that some of the cards that we pull from this deck are um, ancestors. That's how we do it when you Afro. Hello, still learning. Okay, the first card I pulled. Oh wow! This is why I start with her because she always going to be giving us a run for the money. So this one, I pulled Jumbe. I pulled Jumbe. So I'm happy I already went and did the reading. I'm going to tell y'all what I think that means. I think Jumbe and these masks has to do with we are wearing all of these masks. And by the time we get to Leo season during this 90-day sprint, we are going to be feeling like I cannot wear this mask anymore. I need to be authentic. I need to show up and be exactly who I am. But let's see what the oracle says. Yes, it says Jumbis are scary, shadowy, otherworldly spirits and monsters of the Caribbean. And so this is what Jumbi says. Where is the lie? Get clear, excuse me, get quiet to get clear. Put your hand on your heart. Now, are you confused or are you afraid? Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. And I did a reading for somebody the other day and I was like, I need to explain this because we do not victim blame. You know, some of this spiritual stuff that people talk about doesn't take in the fact that we got stuff on the inside of us that we don't know is there and we need to address it. So your outer world is a reflection of the inner world. And because we are so powerful, we can go into our inner world and discover what is there that perhaps is creating this result in the outer world. And we have to do it with non-judgment. Okay, I'm going to say that again. We have to do it with non-judgment because we're going to find some crap on the inside. I'm telling you, we're going to find the crap. We're going to find stuff that we're like, oh, this is so painful, right? And so we get to take care of that. We get to take care of that. All right. So no judgment. It's just, we just want to go see what's there. So here's the embodiment piece. This is what we need to do, is what she's saying, all 90 days or however many days is in this cycle. Show your true face. Wearing a mask blocks your vulnerability and blessings. If you are wearing a mask, dare to reveal yourself. You're lying to yourself and others. Wearing a mask is exhausting. Be you. If someone else is wearing a mask with you, you deserve clarity. Your relationship and connection is built on lies. Their mask is a projection of your own. And the declaration that you can make with this is, I am willing to remove the mask. So for me, I remember when I was going to church, I first started feeling like, I don't know why I feel like I'm just called to do something else spiritually, but I didn't really know a lot of people who had done this. And, but I just kept wearing this mask. I just kept wearing this mask, you know, even sometimes now, even though it's less likely that I'll hide my truth, but I just kept wearing this mask and wearing this mask. And finally, I just felt like I'm going to die if I don't take this mask off. It's like making me lose my breath. And I just felt, no, I literally felt like I'm dying a slow death lying about the truth of who and what I am. And so I really do get that piece about wearing a mask. May not be in all areas of your life. Maybe it's just one thing. And you're like, no, I need to become more authentic and just show up and be who I was born to be. So maybe some of y'all want to, okay. See, I don't know. Okay, this is the last card I'm pulling from this deck. I'm moving on after this. Whew, okay. So this card is called Long Bubby Susie. I never pulled this one before. Oh, hold on one second. Uh, yes, the mask gets heavy. Agreed. I never pulled this one before. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, she stands for shame. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, the universe is like, oh, you can come in here and want to be Miss Pollyanna, but we're gonna talk about some real stuff today. So I'm like, all right, let me just let it go. Okay, it keeps the children of Belize terrified. She's a shadow. She has the power to kill or nurture with her long, scary breasts that contain milk and poison. Whoa. This beautiful Afro indigenous spirit may be a distortion of the Arawak Taino moon goddess, Atabi. Atabi. My apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. If somebody knows how to spell this or pronounce it Atabey, I'm still learning more about the spirituality of Puerto Rico, but yes. Okay, so let's see what she says. She says, you are beautiful and loved. Every part of you and your journey is beautiful. Oh, okay. I like this one. I like that. Even the ugliest moments, you have a heart, soul, and breath. And that makes you beautiful. Okay, they pulled it out because I was like, ooh, I don't like getting beat up on days where I want to be celebrating. Don't beat me up. So here's the embodiment. You are secretly scared that you are not enough. Shame is lying to you. You are not broken, unlovable, ugly, or unworthy. Shame keeps you small and hiding. Accept yourself now. You are a bright light. Allow yourself to see who you really are. You are doing the very best that you can. You are lovable. You are complete. And the goddess declaration for Long Bubby Susie is I am protected. So yeah, this summer season is definitely about stepping into our truth in a very powerful way where I guess I started the live stream that way where I was saying, you know, we can be tamed if we want to, not tame, well behaved. We can be well behaved if we want to, but wild is good too. So I'm going to say this is the summer of tapping into your inner wild woman. This is the summer of tapping into your inner wild woman. Okay. I'm moving on. I did like that reading, but yeah, I'm gonna pull from if this one comes up, oh my gosh. Mythical Goddess Tarot. Let's see what we have. Oh, okay. This is very, very interesting. Yes. Every part of you is beautiful. Ashe. The cards are getting us together this morning. Gonna start this cycle out right. The cards are like, what you finna do? What you finna do is this. As some people say, don't ask me if you don't want the truth. So I'm like, all right, Oracle, I ask. So the first card I pulled from the Mythical Goddess Tarot deck is the Love card. So I will say Leo season is a season of love and romance. So don't be surprised if you feel that way. And then Cancer season is just ooey gooey. You just feel so nostalgic and love, so nice. Venus and Cancer. Okay. So this card says 2 dolphins play and dance in the water of love, representing intimate relationship on all levels. 2 waterfalls flow into one, just as individuality forms the strong basis of true union. So yeah, it's kind of like the two becoming one. is based on like two people who are good with themselves. You don't need to be conforming yourself to anyone else to be in that relationship, be it love or platonic or business or whatever. Maybe it's teacher student. No need to conform. The more you are authentically who and what you are, the stronger the relationship is going to be, and the same for the other person. So merging into oneness comes as the isolated ego is surrendered into the ocean of love. Love is who you are, is all around you to experience. Open your heart fully to the relationship you deserve. So for some of us, this is love relationship. For some of us, this is the relationship that we're in already. Okay. And there's no good relationship unless you have a good relationship with yourself, like your higher self, the self that you know by that name. So important. Okay. I'm going to pull one more from this deck. Ooh. Okay. So this one, I really love this because it's bringing in earth energy. This is the earth crone. So what I love about this, when I talked about the deep wisdom of the great mother, this deep wisdom of the great mother, the womb, is embedded in our wombs. This would be an example of that. I said that during our meditation. So, this has to do with Taurus. I love this so much. Okay. The radiant crone of earth represents the ascension of the body, her very cells transmuted to light. So this is why we want to take care of self-care summer. This is why we want to take care of ourselves. She is the warrior goddess aligned with the passionate earth, breaking old stories and shifting behavior. Now, I do think that this is a summer where that is a definite possibility. So opening yourself up to breaking old stories and shifting behaviors. Part of the reason we want to break old stories is they keep us locked into what we currently have. And we have to tell ourselves a new story if we want something new. That's part of that's part of the gift of being human, is the ability to create meaning. And a lot of times we call it a story. Like, what story am I telling myself right now about this? And just be present to it, curious about it. And we can begin to use this summertime to shift that. And then the other one is shifting behaviors. What behaviors do we want to shift this summer? Okay. So she brings the opportunities of new consciousness, heart, mind, and body. And she shifts the DNA through her transformative power. The earth crone brings you the power of change and ascension while still embodied. So I think that this is definitely a time where we can feel like we are, ascension is more of like, I was at one place. I guess just think about a spiral, and we go up the spiral because no previous version of ourselves is bad. It's just where we are. And so we can just go up the spiral of life. That's what we do as a goddess. We just continue to spiral up. That's the ascension. It's like I ascend out of the lack and limiting stories around my fill in the blank, right? And once we are able to get past it, we ascend. Okay. So that's something that can happen if you need to make change. She's saying this is possible this summer. She is here to assist you in letting go of the old self so the identity you have held dear can be released and transmuted into new DNA and new form. Welcome the shift and let your world ascend into integration and healing, which is something we talked about at the beginning. What healing are you inviting into your life this summer? What healing are you inviting into your life this summer? Okay, queens. I think I'm gonna pull from here. I got oracle decks everywhere. Everywhere. So, what is something that you can do? Let's pull from the mindful musings. And let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. What's one thing that's standing out for you from this reading? I love that we can get online and it's just so much that we can take in, but we have to have a takeaway, or else it's just kind of gonna it maybe just comes and goes. Nothing happens with it. Okay. So what's one takeaway that you have from the share this morning? So my own energy. I love being here for friends and family while staying true to myself. I don't let others' energy or mood affect my own. To help a friend in a hole, I don't need to jump in the hole with them. Simply reach out a hand. Simply reach out a hand. It is up to them to do the rest. So, this is something that we can think about this summer. My own energy. All right. All right. So, I'm going to just end a little early today. Yeah. I'm ending, and I'll give you one more affirmation before we leave out. Let me find this one. Well, I guess I'm gonna use this one. I was gonna use it. Yeah, use this one. Last summer solstice, summertime. Card for you today. When I zoom out from the parts that overwhelm me, it's easier to give myself grace. So give yourself grace this summer. When I zoom out from the parts that overwhelm me, it's easier to give myself grace. That's all about having that perspective. Maybe some of us need to have perspective this summer. Stop being so hard on ourselves, or stop thinking, oh, this is just so much. I don't know what I'm going to do. When we zoom out, it's like, okay, yes, I do have quite a bit to do. And I can see the next step that I need to take. So thank y'all so much for being here today. I appreciate you. Happy summer solstice. Yes, beautiful. Nice. You're welcome. Grace and ease. Absolutely. So, yes, I am getting ready to head to this little class that I signed up for to keep myself going around taking care of myself. I appreciate you all so much. And I will see you all next week or whenever I have my next video. Love y'all.